some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, Keenan Memorial Stadium, the home of the North Carolina Tar Heels. And the Tar Heels will boot it away to start the game. And he's coming out of the end zone. Stopped at the 26, brought it out in the end zone, picked up an extra yard. So Notre Dame's offense will get the first possession of the game. Play action on first down. Unloads it left. It's complete. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. Here come the Irish again, this time doing it through the air.
And getting a little balance, right? We talked about how they like to be physical and they like to run the football. And when you get that balance going, man, it makes it easy to call plays, start to settle in, everything looking good on offense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Making side adjustments here. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Fires to the tight end. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets into the 40, and it's a first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long games. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Wants to throw on first down. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. Notre Dame has made this second down play much more difficult after going backwards. Looking to fire. Makes the catch. It's Salter. Powers through. And they swarm him under. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Quick pass on the fly motion. Turning it on. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22. The Irish relying on the running game to give them this fresh set of downs. Quick pass on the jet motion. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. First points of the day are on the board. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
So North Carolina's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming to this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. If I let him feel comfortable, you'll see another day like last week. I mean, that dude was accurate. Almost every ball was caught, and they were in rhythm. They're going to have to find some creative ways to get him off his spots and make him feel uncomfortable.
The Tar Heels decide to punt it away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Fires to the big fella. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28-yard line as this offense tries to mount a drive. Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The Irish will need to move the sticks on 3rd and long to keep this drive going. Looking to the big tight end. He's got an open man. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. They'll go back to the ground. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for once.
Off play action. Quickly out to the tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Throws for the tight end. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical. And early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. The sudden change on the turnover, man, he was looking for running room. Couldn't find that, but they'll have it at the 22. First play of the drive, lost a throw. Got him, and nobody's close. Got room on the return. And that tackle almost certainly saved a touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is getting.
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. And the Tar Heels have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. Throws to the tight end. He's got it. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Agnew. Lowers those pads. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal. The offense threatening. Close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. From the gun, he'll try to throw. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, North Carolina! Looking for the tie with the extra point. Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
Here come the Irish, back on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
After getting knocked back to open this drive. It's 2nd and 12. He's going to take off. It's a fumble on the play. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And he was under so much stress on that play. You saw him scrambling, trying to buy time, doing everything he can to keep the play alive. But the defense just kept coming in waves, and he got a little bit downfield before they finally knocked it out and jumped up.
Breaks into the open. Ripping through the defense. He's brought down the one. A play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. The Tar Heels now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down.
Here we go.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous running wide open down the gut of the field. Defense trying to take it back. The 10. Touchdown, Irish! How about this defense taking one back to the house?
And I love the way they break on the football, swarm to the football. This is why you do it, because sometimes the ball comes out, the linebacker picks it up, and tell you what, the big fella shows some speed, takes it all the way back for 6.
And he's going to try to return this one. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. They'll try the right side. A very short pickup there, and that'll be the final play of the 1st quarter. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Caught over the middle. It's Agnew. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. And the Tar Heels will hustle to the line. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down, but hold everything. There is a flag. Let's see what that's about. When you've already seen your quarterback go down 3 times, you might as well try holding, and they didn't get away with it. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Gets it to him on the screen. Oh, he's got some space. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. The Tar Heels will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll take it on the return. He gets a block. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. This offense has it with a really good field position. Looking left. Wide open downfield. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch. On 1st and goal, Notre Dame will try to get it in the end zone. Dances away. Fires into the end zone. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
This defense is playing aggressive and physical, attacking at the 1-yard line, Palmer. They are not surrendering anything.
And I think on offense here, this is 4-down territory. You're at the 1. Let's just run the ball. Let's be more physical. Let's answer the bell.
Keeping it on the ground on 3rd and goal. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down. He's looking to throw. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And they take it in for 6 more points. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hit in the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
The North Carolina offense returns to the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built the lead.
Well, this offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack first down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Oh, what a play. It's intercepted. He was looking for a little more on that return, but he hands this offense a short field at the 35. Looking downfield on 1st down. Puts it out of the air. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. Last completion got them a 1st down. Let's see what they do now. Find some fresh air. Tough run gets it into the red. Knock him down at the 17. Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on 2nd and short. Leaves it with the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Now facing a 3rd and long. They'll run play action. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
This defense needed something to happen to create some momentum back to their side. They built a deficit. QB's been very comfortable making plays. Exactly what you needed. Put some doubt in his head.
A shot toward the end zone. Can't complete the long throw, and the defense gets off the field on 4th down. He'll start this drive firing. Bringing the heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Throwing right. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Got a man. It's Salter. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up. Now inside the 20. 1st and 10 from the 18. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Snagged in the end zone to give them 6. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Running back searching for a hole. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. And the Tar Heels want to pick up the tempo.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires one high and deep. And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. And here's the thing, that's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
Fires to the big fella. Not the biggest play in the world, but it's one that can set the tone as he bangs his way out to the 38. The Irish come to the line facing 2nd and short. They're going to run it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Now on 3rd down for this offense. Now the play fake. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man downfield. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as they get him down at the 37.
Well, this offense told us coming in they were going to challenge this secondary early and often. They were going to use their speed to their advantage and take advantage of this quarterback's touch and arm talent. And already in the 2nd quarter, they've got over 200 yards thrown.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
Notre Dame coming to the line with another 1st down. Finds his tight end. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
Just a short pass to the tight end. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many 1st downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
The Irish relying on the running game to give them this fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got his man quickly. Touchdown, Irish! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
And, man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the 1st half.
Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the 1st half. To the air on 1st down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the pass. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. He gets it away from his own end zone. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the 1st half. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Got his man to the left. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28. Running out of time here in the 1st half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Throws for the tight end. Makes a connection. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal.
Well, it's a nice job by the receiver getting out of bounds to save some clock. You're probably out of field goal range, so you're thinking Hail Mary here at the end of the 1st half.
Zings it complete to the right. Touchdown, Notre Dame! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finished the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And the offense will play it safe, take a knee, and head to halftime. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Ready to go here in the second half, and Notre Dame will kick it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. First play from scrimmage here in the second half, and they'll keep it on the ground. Shakes off the defender. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Back to pass. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. He is a menace rushing the passer. Career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down.
He lobs one high down the left side. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. The Tar Heels will try to pin them back with the punt. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Hauls it in, looking for space. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Here come the Irish back on offense. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. There he goes. Past the sticks, and he may get more. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line after the huge pickup. Notre Dame will come to the line after that huge gain and try to keep the momentum going. They weren't going to let him loose again after that big play. This time they knock him down behind the line. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. The play action fake. Throws to the tight end. A strike downfield. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Defense is there to greet him again, and they are ready, and he has found nowhere to run tonight. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Pressure coming. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. And the Tar Heels line up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He takes it at the 45. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. They're going to open this drive with a pass. They're working that left side. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
Guys out in the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
All the way down to the 25-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Got enough space. Touchdown, Irish. They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Here he comes with the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. He's stopped again, and he's had a busy night, if not necessarily a productive one so far. The Tar Heels trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And if this offense wants to get back in the football game, it starts up front. Like, they've got to do a better job of protecting their quarterback. A 3rd down and long situation coming up. They'll have another opportunity. They got to keep their quarterback up there.
Complete to the left. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. And the Tar Heels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Got him downfield. He's running free down the middle. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tar Heels.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
And he tacks on the extra point. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, a couple of Mountain West teams colliding in a game that could have some implications. Fresno State is getting whooped today, and at some point, this comes down to preparation. Are you prepared to play? Clearly, the answer today is a big fat no. They're trailing by 17 to UNLV. We've got our finger on the pulse of everything in the Mountain West and all around college football. Guys?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
Well, on that last deep shot, it looked to me like the quarterback probably forced that ball into coverage. But can you really blame him, guys? I mean, these two have already hooked up for 2 touchdowns in the game. If I'm him, I'm thinking the same thing. Even when he's covered, he's open. He's shown the ability to climb the ladder and make contested catches, so I don't mind him taking another shot there.
Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. Under fire. He's going to run it. Turning it on. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44.
And how about this quarterback, man? He's showing you a little bit of everything. He's had a great day throwing the football, spinning it around, scoring touchdowns, and now shows you he can pick them up and put them down, scrambling for the 1st down. He's had a day where he's really showing you he can do all things on the football field.
Notre Dame lines up quickly.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You can tell they were, and that's why they got the 1st down.
This Notre Dame offense carving it up. They're working with another first down. Wants to throw on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Sixth play of the drive coming up. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Looking for the end zone. Intercepted.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
They'll start this drive going to the air. Blasted as he lets it go. He makes the catch. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing. This time they'll go to the running game. He's stopped in the backfield again, and this just hasn't been his night. It's been more like a nightmare. Back to pass on second down. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. They stop him short, and we'll have a big fourth down coming. The Tar Heels will punt it away on fourth down. We've seen a lot of the punt team 6 times tonight. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Here come the Irish back on offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw it.
Makes the grab down the left side. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Looking to throw on first down. Connection to the right. What a nice connection. Knocked down immediately, and they've got it at the 25. Offense in a bunch formation. Quarterback making adjustments. Finds us back in the middle. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Flushed out of the pocket. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Notre Dame! They thought maybe they could contain him. They thought wrong.
They did, and don't call him a quarterback anymore. Just call these guys skill players. I mean, so fast, you can tell the angles just get chewed up. You think you got a chance to catch him. Tell you what, put that in your back pocket. Understand, that guy can fly. I better make sure I take the proper angles when I'm chasing him.
Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. From inside his own 15, looking for room. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
And the heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. And this defense is bringing the heat, another sack. And the Tar Heels will call on their punt team. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Trying to beat him to the corner on the right. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. Looking to the big tight end. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
This defense is going to use this guy in a lot of different ways. You'll see him rush the passer. Obviously, he'll have his name called when the offense tries to run the football, but I love his coverage of him.
The Irish will need to move the sticks on 3rd and long to keep this drive going. Looking down the middle. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play, and I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Fires left, and he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. Takes it the other way. And he's going to score on the interception. On UNC.
Love to see the defense still fighting hard this late in the game. Great job jumping the route, catching it, takes it back for a touchdown. Not too much time to celebrate, though. You're still trailing in this game. You still got some work to do, but no doubt that play is going to give this defense a little bit more confidence.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here come the Irish back on offense. Quickly to the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Try and play action. Finds the tight end. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there in a similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They're still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the scoreboard.
Notre Dame right back to the line.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
They've got it at the 41, 3rd and short, trying to keep the chains moving. Here's the pressure. And it's incomplete. Good play downfield by the DB. You have a big lead in the 4th quarter. When you do that, the only explanation for it is you're trying to send a message by sticking in another touchdown.
Yeah, in saying, listen, it's your job to stop us, and right now we're eating you alive. So I think, you know, there's some psychological warfare, right? There's some, I'm going to get in your head. There's some, I want to beat you on recruiting trail and in the future, and, you know, kind of take that and you little rub their nose in it.
Makes the grab. It's Salter. And he's brought down after a nice game. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me.
Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That one pushes this lead out a little bit more here in the 4th, and now they can smell 8 straight wins.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in it. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They went 3 and out the last time they had it, and at this point of the game, you just can't afford many of those. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. He'll pull it on the read. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Rushes on him. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. The Tar Heels will bring the punt team onto the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Makes the catch at the midfield logo. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
And the special teams comes up special. He takes advantage. The short punt, he catches it, and you can tell, does a great job using his blocks, getting north-south, getting to the end zone for the big play.
Notre Dame, 78. North Carolina, 21.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. That's the kind of mistake that throws off your game plan. Come out of the end zone, and you're stopped at the 8. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. And as he throws, makes the grab. He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down. A lot of yardage in front of them. 1st and 10 from their own 19. Handoff from the gun. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5. And the Tar Heels with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Throws to the wideout. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. This defense has kept them backed up. Now 1 more stop and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch.
Man, I bet the frustration meter for this offense is so high. If you can't keep your quarterback upright, it's hard to move the ball. It's hard to score points. This offensive line has not protected him at all, and that's why so many sacks keep happening.
And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Off the play fake. Fires to the tight end.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. The stop is made right at the 36-yard line. The defense coming up big on 3rd down. Looking for a push on 4th down. He will not get there. They'll turn it over on downs, and that leaves the door open. Looking downfield on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. The Tar Heels will line up to punt it away. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. Makes a move. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total. He did that one all by himself. Make a few guys miss, turn on the afterburners, and boom, everybody's toast.
And that's why you got him back deep, because that guy can do that. You got to be explosive and quick and have good vision, and you see all those things on one punt return. Takes it back to the house, makes people miss, turning on the gas. Great job, great return.
We'll see what they can do on this drive as it starts at the 8. Starts the drive trying to go up top.
And, man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and it makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work.
The heat got to him, and he just sort of froze and got tackled in the end zone for a safety. They'll get set for the free kick after the safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
Here come the Irish, back on offense. Final minute, this game's on ice. They can take a knee and run out the clock.
This offense has to feel great with how they're able to go out, execute, and perform big plays all game long. I think it's sending a statement, too, to future defenses down the road on the schedule. They're going to be tough to contend with.
Yeah, I mean, they got firepower, putting up so many points. This thing is easily over. Now they can just chillax, go back to the locker room, know they're going to get the victory.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Might be calling a hot route. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. The Irish will need to move the sticks on 3rd and long to keep this drive going. Oh, they're after him. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Under fire, and they got him. A sack denies the try to convert on 4th down. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got his man on the right. Gets it inside the 10, out of bounds at the 9 after the big pickup on that one. And the Tar Heels have moved it inside the 20. Looking to throw on 1st down. Here's a heat. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Timeout called by the defense, and there are only 10 seconds left in the game. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Here comes the heat. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And he'll get in for the late touchdown, the consolation prize, the window dressing score to make the final outcome a little closer.
Yeah, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes, maybe